Today we are going to be looking at coordinating and subordinating conjunctions in German. Please find the pages in your packet that relate to those subjects. It should look like this. Coordinating conjunctions are very similar to coordinating conjunctions in English. In all cases, word order is very simple. Each clause acts independently and has the same word order as if it were standing on its own. The verb in each clause is in the second position of the statement, and the first position for a yes-no question. Common coordinating conjunctions are aber, denn, oder, sondern, and und. Aber meaning but, denn meaning because, oder meaning or, sondern but rather, or instead, and meaning and. So as I said, coordinating conjunctions do not kick the verb to the end of the sentence. As you see, German has two words that can be expressed by but. These are aber and sondern. Aber means but, however, nevertheless. This is the standard but meaning, which expresses information that contrasts with the first statement, but does not completely contradict it. Der Film ist nicht lang, aber interessant. Ich spiele gern Tennis, aber mein Freund spielt lieber Karten. Sondern means instead, on the contrary, but rather. It indicates a contrast between two things that are mutually exclusive. The first of which is expressed in the negative, so you should look for a nicht or kein in the first half of the sentence. Again, the two halves of the sentence must be mutually exclusive in order for you to use sondern. For example, es ist nicht warm, sondern kalt. Ich bleibe nicht zu Hause, sondern ich gehe in die Bibliothek. Ooh, sorry, trying to erase that. It's not going away. That's okay. So let's try to differentiate between aber and sondern. Let's look at part A, question 1. Heute haben wir unseren Deutschkurs, blank, wir sind nicht im Klassenzimmer. Today we're having our German class, but we are not in the classroom. There is nothing that makes the first statement mutually exclusive. There is no nicht or kein. So what we want in the blank is the word aber. Nummer 2, sie ist keine Professorin, nur Assistentin. She is no professor, but rather an assistant. So we want to use sondern. Nummer 3, in Texas gibt es im Winter keinen Schnee. We see we have keinen, which means we want to use sondern. Sondern nur viel Regen. In Texas, there is no snow in the winter, but rather a lot of rain. Heute ist das Wetter kalt, blank, sonnig. Today the weather is cold, but sunny. These are not mutually exclusive, so we just need aber. And the last one, läuft nicht gern Ski, blank, geht gern spazieren. We see the word nicht there, which means that sondern is the word that we need. So what I'd like for you to do is to pause at this moment and try activity B. Please pause the video and play again once you've completed 1 through 5. Okay, let's continue and check your answers. So number 1, I don't want to sail but rather swim. Ich will nicht segeln, sondern schwimmen. 2, he would like to drive, but he has no car. Möchte fahren, aber hat kein Auto. Whenever you're using the verb haben, you should be using kein instead of nicht, that you have none of something. Nummer 3, his sister isn't writing the letter, rather his mother is. Seine Schwester schreibt nicht den Brief, sondern seine Mutter. We aren't coming today, but on Saturday. Wir kommen heute nicht, sondern am Samstag. I like to drink Coke, but my sister only drinks juice. Ich trinke Cola gern, aber meine Schwester trinkt nur Saft. Subordinating conjunctions are also conjunctions that you are familiar with. These are ones where the verb moves to the end of the clause. So coordinating conjunctions do kick verbs to the end of the sentence. These conjunctions are das, which means that, weil, which means because, ob, meaning if or whether, wenn, meaning if, when, or whenever, before, meaning before, damit, so that, obwohl, although, während, while or during. And während is also a genitive preposition, so you want to be using a genitive after this. Bis, meaning until. So let's try to combine the following sentences using the conjunctions indicated. In all cases, the first sentence is merely repeated as an introduction. So for number 1, we want to use das. Sagt, dass heute 10 Uhr kommt. All we did was kick the verb to the end of the sentence when we combined it with a das. Nummer 2, sie fragt, ob du zu Hause bleibst. She's asking if you are staying at home. 3, ich nehme den Bus, weil es heute regnet. Nummer 4, ich denke, dass Deutsch interessant ist. Weißt du, ob wir Hausaufgaben haben. Und Nummer 6, ich muss heute Abend lernen. Weil ich morgen eine Prüfung habe. Putting habe at the end. So in all of these sentences, you took the verbs and moved them to the end of this new clause that you created. Now I would like for you to do activity B and C and then come back and check your answers. All right, let's see how you did on activities B and C. Nummer 1, kann nicht kommen, muss lernen. Kann nicht kommen. Weil lernen muss. So that modal verb, when you have two verbs after each other, that modal verb, the verb in second position, is the one that gets kicked to the end. So Nummer 2, ich weiß nicht, ich kann mit euch gehen. Ich weiß nicht, ob ich mit euch gehen kann. So again, you had two verbs here. The one that was in second position is the one that ended up at the end. Usually whenever you have modals, that means that the modal verb is the one that moved to the end. Nummer 3, sie hat gesagt. Und sie, dass sie ihre Hausaufgaben nicht gemacht hat. So here we had a past tense, so that helping verb, hat, is the one that ended up at the end. Nummer 4, wir sind nicht gewandert, es hat zu viel geregnet. So wir sind nicht gewandert. Weil es zu viel geregnet hat. 5, die Lehrerin hat gefragt, ihr habt die Sätze verstanden? Die Lehrerin hat gefragt, ob ihr die Sätze verstanden hat. The teacher asked if you had understood the sentences. So let's try a few sentences that have separable prefixes. When a verb with a prefix is moved to the end of the sentence, the prefix is reattached. So in this first one, you see rufst and an. So when that gets kicked to the end, it's going to reattach to its prefix. Nummer 1, es ist gut, dass du mich anrufst. It is good that you are calling me. Nummer 2, wir wissen nicht, ob sie in einem Haus zusammenwohnen. Zusammenwohnen, to live together. 3, ich bin froh, ihr kommt vorbei. I am happy, you guys are coming by. Ich bin froh, dass ihr vorbeikommt. It reattached to its prefix. Nummer 4, wir müssen jetzt gehen, Der Film fängt in 20 Minuten an. Wir müssen jetzt gehen. Weil der Film in 20 Minuten anfängt. So fängt reattached to its prefix an. Und last but not least, 5. Es ist wichtig. So it is important, dass ich Wein und Bier oder Apfelsaft zur Party mitbringe. So bring in attached to its prefix mit, to bring with.